fat, I'm out of shape, and I know this. And so I finally, after 2 weeks of calling recruiters, I found this guy named Steven Saljo. And Steven Saljo says, come on in the office. I walk in the office, he looks at me, and he's the first recruiter that said, you know what? Damn, you're a big fucking dude, man. You wanna be a SEAL? I said, yeah, but he didn't give me the look of like, you can't do it. He gave me the look of, let's go weigh you. He weighed me, 297. He went through his little chart, started writing all this shit down, and he said, you got a lofty task ahead of you. I go, why? He goes, well, this program that I was trying to get into, cause I was in the reserves. And I was gonna go from the reserve program to an active duty SEAL. So this program was shutting down. And I was gonna be in the last class, like 1 or 2 classes left before it shut down. So I had about 3 months to get the weight spent 6 pounds. So the standard for a 6'1" person back then, 6'1", I forget what it was 191. Okay. And I was 297. So I pretty much said, fuck this pretty much can't work for me, man. This is impossible. So I go back to work spraying for cockroaches and I hit the mother load. Like I hit the mother load of cockroaches, rodents and everything. And I go out to the dumpster and these animals, I was like, fuck, I'm done. So I quit my job right then. Actually, the boss had to come to my, I quit. The boss had to come looking for me to get the truck back. I left work, so he had to come to my house. Okay. I didn't even go to work again. So all these restaurants, I had the keys to them all, the fucking alarm codes, all the keys were in the fucking truck. Like, he had to come by and knock on my door and say, but he brought some friends with him, I was 297 pounds. Like,
right, it's a big dude.
I need some fucking backup.
Dude, right.
I'm like, here dude, I'm out. And so I had now started my journey. And so now I'm like, I'm losing the fucking weight. But my first run was 4 miles.
That's what you had to run that day on your plan.
That was my plan. As I'm driving the truck back home from quitting my job, I drive home, I get my shoes on, and I run a 1/4 mile. Come home crying.
You stopped after a 1/4 mile?
Yeah, walk back home, because I was exhausted. Because I used to, I haven't running. I remember back when I was 175. Yeah. Running was easy. I was one of the fastest runners in class. So now, it's just hard, man. I'm fat, I'm out of shape. And I was just defeated, because now I was 175, I was in good shape, and I got myself into a bigger hole now. And now I gotta lose this weight, and I gotta take the ASVAB again to get in the Navy. So I gotta take that, so I took that fucker 2 more times. Because the first time I passed it, but I had to get a 50 on mechanical comprehension, so there's like 10 different sections. Had to get a 50, I got a 44. You can only get a waiver for 5 points. So I had to take it again, and guess what happened? It's in the book really well. It's exactly what happened. I take the ASVAB test, and I took it, and now they have computers. Back when I took it the first time, it's like all like Scantron shit. So now I see a computer, so now I'm freaking out, oh my God, it's on the computer. So I take it, and the sergeant in charge of the ASVAB test isn't supposed to tell you what you got. So I take it for my second time and my last time. They're not gonna let me take it again. So I'm now down to 215 pounds, I'm losing the weight, but now I take the ASVAB test for the second time to get in the Navy. As I leave, I get out to my car, and I'm like, this is my life, man. I gotta find out what I got in this fucking test, because usually it takes 2 days to get the results back. But they get them immediately. Once you hit send, that guy gets it right there. So I'm like, fuck that, man. I go back in. I go, hey man, can you please? He goes, man, this is fucking military protocol. I'm not breaking it for you. I'm like, people are still taking the fucking test. I'm like crying. I'm like, man, you don't understand what I've been through, man. I'm like, this is my life. Please, I'm begging this guy, please let me know what I got. So he scrolls through, he sees David Goggins, he goes, you got 65. I go, great. I don't care about that.
Mechanical.
That was my overall score. I go, what did I get on mechanical? He goes, you're asking a lot from me, man. I go, please, man, like I have to get a 50 on mechanical. He scrolls over, I got exactly a 50. Have you seen The Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah.
How that motherfucker, when he runs in the stairs and gets a job, and like your hair stands up the back of your neck because he worked so hard to get this shit. When I left that ASVAB, and It's nighttime, I'm getting in my car. It felt like that.
Did it?
Something came on, it felt like I truly accomplished, even though I passed it before, but now I know I'm all in. Because I needed that to start the war.
Wow.
Without that, the celebration was I can start the war now. It wasn't that I won the war, I can start my war. That's what made me, that's why I've been celebrating since, because I'm always in that battle.
Yeah.
I have peace, but I'm in this battle every fucking day. So I got to 50, I can start war now. I'm down to 215, I have about another month to go, or whatever it is to fucking lose the weight. I dropped the weight, I'm in SEAL training now. Amazing. The war now can begin.
Wow.
And it does.